Ecstatic Bliss. Secrets to living a juicy life. You are a great problem creator. Just understand this and suddenly problems disappear. This is one famous quote of Osho. You may know it. And this is a topic I would love to elaborate today on: how we create drama and, above all, how to get out of drama. Because what I notice is that a lot of people, and sometimes even still myself, and people also in the spiritual bubble who have done their transformational journeys, still are sometimes stuck and find themselves surrounding in drama and victim mode, in problem thinking, instead of vibing high, what we need for living a juicy life. So we dive in today and what creates drama, why do we create drama, and what solutions that are out there that you can try out for yourself to fly higher, to get out of the drama and be a little bit more aligned with your true essence, because our true essence is not drama, it's always neutral in a way. So also what comes in place here is actually to embrace everything as it is. So, first of all, maybe you take a moment. I always like for you to check in, also to be a little bit active here on this episode and all episodes actually, to think about how often you find yourself, if you observe your thoughts, your belief system, your habits, maybe even, how often do you find yourself living out of drama? How often do you think more about problems than solutions? And maybe even which factors contribute in your life that you get into drama or victim mode? Yeah, these are some questions you can ask yourself or even journal about if you're fancying it, to check in with yourself. Where do I currently stand in terms of drama or bliss? Yeah, because if we want to live a blissful, ecstatic, juicy life, it's obviously not about living in drama. And the interesting thing is that it's maybe also one thing that contributes to us living in drama, out of drama, that a lot what is shown us on media, in movies, in series, television, news, yeah, and also what people out there live, maybe even in your family, the drama was predominant instead of love, instead of true love. I mean, sometimes even so to be love can be made into drama, can be turned into drama. So this is one reason why we feel maybe more home, if you can say it like this, home to drama, because we have so many influences from outside. Yeah, we have so many influences from outside, and maybe you've grown up even in a family where it was regularly in the household drama, because relationships of any kind, especially partnership, especially family constellations, are very prone to have drama inside of the constellation, because there are so many parts involved, so many inner wounded children that come together and want to be seen. And that's another point why there's drama, because sometimes we have seen or felt more hurt. I mean, we felt we are more visible to others when we act in drama. Yeah, a child that is crying, even though it's not about crying. Sometimes, if I notice sometimes children that cry, but there are no tears, and I sometimes question, is this really like hurting now, or is it really so difficult, or whatever it's bothering the child? Maybe it's just to get attention. And if that already started in childhood, obviously also that pattern, that mechanism, your adult and inner child remembers. So maybe you also act in drama, and lots of people act in drama because they want attention. They want love, in a sense. Yeah, attention is always underneath. Attention is always love. So we act in drama to get love. And coming with that, maybe a little bit elaborating also on family constellations. So much in general, the environment you are living in, your family especially, has such a big impact because it's our first encounter with life, with the world, with Earth. And that's our first encounter with what does it mean to be loved? When do I get love? How do I receive love? And when is love denied? And maybe also your parents already had patterns in place. They acted out of drama victimhood mode to receive love from their partner or from their parents. Yeah, generational issues, ancestral stuff. It's always entangled in any problem or challenge. To reframe that actually is always a good idea. and therefore also because maybe it was part of your childhood to live surrounded by drama. You thought this is a normal, and you thought maybe there's nothing other than that out there, and maybe you were like, okay, I can imagine it, but it's just a dream. I cannot imagine really fully living it in this life with this human body. It's more like a image or vision you have for yourself, but you don't allow yourself to live it because you don't know anything else. So that brings us to the second point in that why we live in drama or stick to drama, although we all want to get out of it, is that maybe you don't allow yourself to live another life. Do you truly allow yourself to fly high and live that blissful life? The thing is that our system, I mean, everything what we are used to, that's our normal, that's our comfort zone. Anything beyond, we cannot really feel with our whole system. Maybe we can imagine it, maybe we can feel it in a guided meditation, we can think about it, we can journal about it, but that all layers are really diving into it, that's something to train your system to train it, to even your nervous system capacity, to expand that nervous system capacity to hold a more blissful life. So if your nervous system capacity is like this, and and that is drama, yeah, and bliss is, or maybe a little bit more bliss is this, then you cannot think of the other half in a way, or not of the whole spectrum of it. So what we then, even that's already going to solutions, have to do is stretching our nervous system, but I will come back to it later. So allowing yourself to live a life of your dreams, however you want to call it, and also taking responsibility for that you are responsible for shaping your reality by taking action, but first of all also by changing your belief system, by changing your thoughts, and with this also your patterns. Some people, either it's just lazing around, they put the responsibility to other people. It's often easier than taking the responsibility for ourselves with any situation, with relationship constellations, with situationships. Yeah, it's easier to externalize, to put something out of us, to push it to someone else, to say, you are responsible for my misery, you are responsible for my victimhood, my drama. Yeah, maybe even blaming your parents for who you are, what you are living currently, yeah, what you currently experience in your life, or that some opportunities you feel are not so easy to get. So this is a very huge, entangled, yeah, constellation of environment, family, how you were raised, what you experienced in childhood, to what you are used to, what your comfort zone is, and what you are allowing yourself to experience and to shape, to consciously manifest, consciously change with full responsibility for yourself and your life, no matter what was in the past, no matter what people around you live or tell you. This is what I see as a major point why we live in drama. Yes, environment, everything. Actually, if we put it a little bit more simple, it's two-folded. External influences, media, family, people around you, like also, your friends or peers or soul family. And internal is the other spectrum of your thoughts, your belief system, and your patterns, your behaviors, your actions, your habits, which are in turn a result of the external influences. And this brings us also to ways of how we get out of the drama. Yes, because that is even more important than getting into or why we are stuck in drama. How do I get out of it? And also here we can see both pathways, the external and the internal world. Always. You can see what is out there, what is inside of me, and how does that correlate? How is my internal reflected outside, or how does the external reflect my internal? Yeah, inside out, outside in. As above, so below. As below, so above. You may know it. So if we start from external influences, you can also check in here, what do I consume, media related, also especially nowadays social media. Who do you follow? Yeah, because every person that you encounter, may it be physical really or online, has some, in the best case scenario, some activations for you, some codes, some hidden parts of yourself that get activated through that person. But on the other spectrum, they can also brainwash you in a rather negative sense. They can put something inside of you where you maybe lose track of your own truth, track of your own essence, track of your own view of the world, your perception of yourself and what is possible for you. Yeah, I mean, there are by now so many people, I'm very, very happy, that put out the message, if it's possible for me, it's also possible for you in a way. And they show lifestyles, options, how you could live life, how you could improve your life in all areas of your life, actually, all life areas. But there may also be the sweet spot of those people showing maybe sometimes only those glimpses into their life that are high vibe and blissful. Because the truth is actually what we have before we get to solutions anyways, have to embrace is that there will always be the full spectrum of being alive as a human being. There's always the ups and downs, the highs and lows, and we all know it. We all know it consciously, maybe even, yeah, subconsciously anyways. Our souls know it. But if you really have it integrated into your system is another question. So usually with each concept, it starts in the mind, it drops down into the subconscious, and it drops down into the physical body, and then you can really live from it. You can apply it into your everyday life. So it comes back again and again to embracing the full spectrum of life. This is also a part, in my opinion, of Tantra, which is a reclamation of living life to the fullest in all its colors and flavors and shades. To not even judge something as drama or bliss, yeah? To just take it as it is, to let it flow through you, experience it without judging, without clinging, without resisting, without suppressing, and then to find it rather to be curious and find it rather interesting, like, okay, this is how this feels, this is how this feels, and this is maybe what it wants to tell me, and this is how I can use it for a more aligned life. Even I would say, maybe you will hear saying me that more often, is that it's not really about enlightenment, to reach enlightenment. It's more about being fully aligned with your essence and truth. Authentic living, instead of like, I am the enlightened being. What you can gift yourself and others is really coming back to your truth and essence. And the ultimate state of being really fully aligned in your truth and essence is actually, for me, part of enlightenment. Yes. But it makes things a little bit more human, because sometimes we think about enlightenment, this is a spirituality thing, and I have to go to a cave and meditate all the time. Yeah, extremes. But no, that's also where Tantra comes in. It's about being embodied while being enlightened. Yeah, being in the body while having a state of being enlightened, which is also the self-realization. What is your truth? What is your essence? Yes. So external factors, your surroundings, your environment, also your family. And I can say sometimes it's good to also really clearly draw borders, draw boundaries for yourself, for your own well-being, with whom you want to interact, how much you want to interact with whom, or who maybe is also not able to come with you on the journey again. Yes, we are constantly changing, all of us, and sometimes it's just about letting go of connections, letting go of some connections that block you, that maybe even bother you, and you stick to them because you think, this is a friend from childhood, and I really enjoyed the time, and maybe it will get better again. But sometimes it's just to let it go, maybe even let it go for a while and see if it comes back again in some form, or you feel more connection again, to connect again. So connections of any kind. Check in with yourself if you have currently anything that blocks you on your authentic expression and truth. And sometimes also I notice people that are very close to us, I mean, those we actually love a lot, we take them very seriously, obviously, also what they say to us, what they advise us. And still there, I would say, also there, keep in a way your own needs and wishes a priority. Yes, listen to people, but it's just one perspective. And especially if it's something they haven't experienced themselves, what you want to achieve, how could they know about to achieve it, or how you could achieve it? Because sometimes, yes, people in a way restrict us because they don't believe it's possible, because it's maybe very hard to attain, or other people have taken a long time and they advise you to refrain from something. But if you feel it in yourself, if you feel deep down that's an inner knowing, this is my path, this is my mission, this is my calling, this is the next step, then I can always encourage to just do that step. And then sometimes even it's good not to talk about too much of your path, maybe, so that others won't distract you. I mean, you can tell, but then you have to be very aligned with your own truth already. So in the beginning, it might be easier if you refrain from telling the whole story that already blossoms inside of you. The more aligned you are with yourself and your truth, and the more rooted you are in your own being, obviously, the more the opinions of other people won't touch you, won't shake you, and you will nevertheless go. Yes. These are the external factors or circumstances you can check in on. And the internal are equally, if not even more important. Especially you might guess it, your belief system, which is a result of your experiences, your past, your childhood especially, and what you came to conclusions to from your experiences. So your belief system is the sum, in a way, of your regular thoughts, what you see the world to be true. I mean, your truth of the world, yeah, and about yourself also, about yourself a lot. What you think about yourself, what you are capable of, what you deserve. Yeah, that's a counter or the opposite, in a way, of what you allow yourself, what you deserve. Because in a sense, actually, I always say you don't have to deserve anything, because already everything is yours. You just have to claim it. Yes, everything is yours. You just have to claim it and allow it to yourself first of all. So obviously, the more often you have thoughts of drama, of problems, of things to solve, of things to do, of worries, fears, anxieties, the more you nourish this field of drama. That's a fact. And that's very logical as well. The more you put in this direction, the less the bliss will be attracted to you. Yeah, it's a little bit as if you want apples, but you sow the seeds of sunflowers. Maybe the other way around is better, because sunflowers I really connect with the blissful state. So maybe you want sunflowers, but you sow the seeds of apples or something else. But you get the point, I hope, that sometimes we wish for something, but we act and we think, and our emotions reflect another state and nourish another field of beingness. And if you have different seeds, obviously you cannot get out the sunflowers. Yeah, you have to claim, to buy, in that sense, figuratively, you have to buy the sunflower seeds in order to grow sunflowers. So which thoughts do you feed? Drama only keeps remaining, keeps staying, if you give it food, if you feed the drama. If you cut the food, drama will disappear. And by cutting drama also means you feed more the sunflower seeds, you feed more the solution-oriented positive thoughts, high vibrational thoughts. And how to get in these thinking patterns is, yes, you can observe yourself consciously, you can have stop mechanisms if whenever you feel, oh, this is a thought I don't want to think, or this is keeping me in a loop, stuck somewhere, blocks me. But this is far more difficult, I find, than doing things that bring you automatically into positive thinking. And added to this, the bonus is that if you do things that bring you in a higher state of consciousness and of vibration, that also the emotional aspect is added to it. And emotions oftentimes even, I feel, have a bigger impact than thoughts. Both combined, obviously, is the best case scenario. So if your thoughts are high vibrational, if your emotions are high vibrational, your state of being, your body will feel, yeah, biologically, hormones and so forth, will feel that state. So it doesn't remain on one level. It sinks down to the human form. So a very good thing to do is, which also combines internal and external, is do more what you love doing. Do more what brings you into joy, into happiness, what brights up your face, what brings you a smile on your face. And that doesn't even have to make sense or be productive. It just can be walking in the nature or anything creative, very beautiful always. Anything what you can think of, any hobby that you love doing. Because when we get into these states, other parts of life that we may connect to work, to more this, I have to do it, will will feel easier, will come naturally, and also maybe accomplished faster than if you drag yourself into it by, oh, I have to do this and I have still to do this and this is my to-do list and this is my to-do list and so many to-dos that you feel so overloaded that even that activates oftentimes a procrastination mode. Sometimes I get that also. I mean, I know that from myself, that sometimes I have so many to-dos and I always write them down so I get it out of my head, but still sometimes like, okay, I want to do this and this and this I want to complete today, and then I have to remind myself to come back. Okay, just 2 fixed to-dos for one day, and then I feel more, a little bit more the reward or the success, if you want to say it like this, to have something accomplished. Because if we add on our list so many things, sometimes we end up on the day, we don't know where to start, or we have everything in parallel, we do multitasking, and then it's not really satisfying. Yes. So, and also combined to this, connected to this, doing something what you love doing is to feel more alive, because we had this, what creates drama is one part is that people feel more alive when they have drama in their life. Yeah, they got maybe conditioned in a way, or they conditioned themselves to feel more alive when they have drama or the extremes of life. But how can you get also into aliveness of feeling alive without drama? There are so many ways. And also, that's why I said it's connected to what brings you joy and happiness. That's actually what we feel most of the time alive. Yes. Yes. So I think these are for today the topics I wanted to cover, and some inspirations for you maybe to watch out in your life, what you wish to improve, so to say, so you get more out of the drama, out of the victimhood, into a solution-oriented, high vibrational state of being. And maybe this topic is also like, okay, yes, I know all this, and this is just a repetition I already know, but maybe this is just to remind you of it, and not only to remind you of it, but also to work with it. I know a lot of people who follow me, who listen to me, who get inspired by me, know already so much. But the question is not how much your mind knows, how much you are reading, or how many podcast episodes you listen to, or how many times you have already visited a workshop, did a training, and so forth. But the question is, how much of what you know do you really apply? How much of what you really know do you apply in your everyday life? What is truly already integrated into your human life? Sometimes even that I also know. Sometimes if we already have a connection to other dimensions, the subtle world, we know we exist in parallel in many dimensions. And sometimes it's like, okay, my 5D version, my 5D me has already manifested everything, is already living that version of mine, is already living that identity or that timeline, on that timeline. But our human self is vibrating a little slowlier, so it needs a bit more time that what your other versions, your imaginative versions, your vision board version is living. It needs time to be reflected in reality. And that can only be true, that can only happen if you bridge your vision board version with the current reality, physical density reality you experience. And we don't want drama unless you embrace drama as something equally beautiful. And even what I find, if I'm if I'm really much into a very melancholic state, because I really love melancholy, because it inspires me oftentimes to write poems or to feel other feelings that I also enjoy. But then the key is to not judge it. Yes, as I mentioned, to embrace all colors, all flavors, all shades, all forms of life. That's actually a very, I would say even a more evolved solution that you can cultivate, a solution to a lot of things, to not judge anything. To not judge if it's drama now, if it's happiness now, if it's sadness, if it's bliss, to not judge anything, but to just experience life as it is. I hope you found some inspirations today in this episode, and I would really love you to also, if you watch it on YouTube, to leave your comments if you have anything, questions, or how you solve your drama. Maybe you have some added solutions for all of us, then leave a comment. I really love hearing from you. And other than that, we see each other or hear each other, if you listen to it on any other platform, next week here at Ecstatic Bliss. So much love to you and so much bliss.